Watch to learn the 6 most common mistakes home sellers make when pricing their home.
Hi Kirk, hi Dwayne. Thanks again for another episode in your series of 60 lessons in 60 years. So today we're going to discuss your lesson on the 6 pricing mistakes that home sellers make. So the first mistake you say is that pricing the unsolds rather than the solds. Explain this.
A comparative market analysis should be based on the sold properties. Anyone can ask what they want, but all the appraisals and the market values are based on solds.
Yeah, based on what they sold for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can look to the active listings and you can look to the, where we call them unsolds, but you don't want to join them in the marketplace. That's what people are asking. Like you said, people can ask whatever they want. You actually want to be more compelling and strategically priced within those. But all appraisals and market analysis are based on the actual sold listings. Yep. And that's kind of hard for the consumer because all they see is active listings. The sold listings, you really have to either dig deep in the tax records or have an appraiser or a realtor that can pull those comps for you.
Absolutely.
Well, the second mistake you say is over-evaluating the amenities.
Yeah, so that we call this the endowment factor. Because someone owns something, they feel it's worth more because they enjoy it, they love it. Everybody loves their baby. So since it's theirs, they feel it's worth more.
Yeah, true. And the old adage or the old joke is location, location, location. The biggest factor of pricing a home is not only the location, but it's the size. It's after that you have to consider the style. Is the style relevant to this market? What's the condition? What's the lot quality? And also what are the amenities?
Right.
Are the amenities relative in this marketplace?
Right.
Okay, well the third mistake you talk about is trying to get full value for the improvements. Yeah,
so improvements that you make, they're a depreciating asset just like a car. So a good rule of thumb is you'll typically earn back 67% of what they cost. And in some cases, like a new kitchen or bathrooms, you're going to get 100% of what they cost, within the first year or so, as long as you, don't
over-improve. Yeah. Because we do see sellers that over-improve. So, what we're trying to talk about is if your house value is going up in this market, that doesn't mean the improvements are also going up. The house value, the lot are appreciating assets, the cabinets, the roof, the air conditioning are depreciating assets.
Yeah, and like I always say, we live in this HGTV generation, so everybody wants to see the newest, latest, and greatest. So your improvements are good for 5 to 7 years. Yep. They stay relevant.
And then after that, you got to replace them.
Yeah.
All right, fourth mistake, pricing based on the needs of the seller.
This is a common mistake. When a seller already has a home in mind they're wanting to build or wanting to buy, they say, well, we need this much money out of our house in order to move to the next house. Right. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, the market doesn't care what you need. Just as a seller doesn't care whenever a buyer says, well, this is all I can afford. It's like, well, the market's the market.
That's correct.
Fifth mistake, falling in love with the automated valuation models.
Yeah, so we see this. So there's a lot of automated valuation models. Like you got your Zillow, you got your realtor, you have come home value. So people will get fixated on the high price, and no matter what data you put in front of them, like real data, they'll say, but this automation says that my house is worth this much, and they get locked on that price rather than the data and the facts.
Yeah, and it would be like a realtor telling the seller, hey, your house is worth between $368,000 and $432,000, and we have a 50% chance of selling your house. It's not a valuable resource. That's not what a seller wants. They want to know where to price the house and what give me guidance.
Yeah, and those percentages are based on what Zillow publicizes as their median error rate. Correct. So they're only right 50% of the time within 8%. So yeah, it goes to your point.
The sixth mistake are the sellers make afterward.
So a lot of times, and a lot of times it's the realtor's fault that they hire, but they set the price and they forget it. So, you price your home, you want to look at the analytics and the engagement and see how the market is responding to that pricing if you're not getting offers. So a lot of times they just set it, forget it, and thinks that's the price, but you have to go back and reevaluate.
Yeah, it's true. And you have to listen to the feedback from the showing agents that they're giving you, if they are giving you that feedback, because the key is to get that feedback. You have to watch for other homes that are selling. You have to listen to the agent that you hired. You hired the agent to give you advice. You want to know what's happening in the market. You want to make a good market decision. You know, are we too high? Are we not? You know, after 30 to 45 days, we're reevaluating everything.
And as we say, listen to the market. You know, if you're getting 3 offers at or around the same price,
that's your value. That's your value.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, Kirk. Thank you, Dwayne, for teaching us those common mistakes to avoid. So what can we learn from you next time?
Next week, we're going to talk about how elections affect the housing market. You don't want to miss this one.
If you're enjoying our videos and our topics, subscribe to our YouTube channel or like our Facebook page for our weekly videos.